All right, we are live. Guys, we're just checking out the live stream and seeing if it works. So chill the fuck out, and we're gonna start in 3 minutes. So the sound should be quite a lot in the background, but I'm just testing for it. How is that doing? Christina is doing the check. Are you guys ready? All right, let's fuck. Can you take this away from me? All right, take a seat. Yeah, on the table is totally fine. Come in, guys, come in. Poor people who didn't join us at 18:30. No seats. Next time, you learn either you come earlier or you watch the new live stream. Do you see this tiny little camera here? That's gonna broadcast the stuff for later to watch at home if you want to recheck something. Or if you don't feel like coming here, which I of course do not support, not joining live here, you can from now on also check it out remotely. Yeah, because this community has grown. So this is already the 9th event of Vibe Coding Cologne. Crazy. We started in June 2025, 4 months after the word vibe coding was introduced. And this meetup is one of actually now 4 regular AI vibe coding oriented events in Cologne. Who has been to this one here before? Okay. On the contrary, how many first timers do we have? Okay, 2/3 usually are first timers. Then we have the beautiful Claude Code Anonymous. Who has been there? Oh, very few people here. Excellent meetup. If you're more the developer type, led by a data scientist, when you want to go deep into the tooling, that's a wonderful place. Then we have AI Tinkerers. Has one of you been at AI Tinkerers? You also, Andreas? We're going to hear from Andreas today as one of the speakers. This is really for the AI engineers. Do you want to tinker with AI models, fine-tune something, and see what is possible if you're working with your own hardware? Wonderful other event I can highly recommend. And there was one last Friday, and I couldn't join it, so I can't tell you about it, called Vibe Coding Professionals, where you do like a little hackathon. Yeah, on a Friday afternoon. Has anyone been there? Okay, I just want to chat to somebody how the experience was. So what do we have in store for you today? Since so many newcomers are here, I'm Ben. Yeah, I'm the founder of Pirate Skills. And that is Christina, my lovely fiance, and I. We manage this. We actually hosting meetups since 10 years. We're going to do our big 10th anniversary party probably in June in Odonien. Yeah, but with 1,000 people. Yeah, and with Manuel Kuhlmann, the original OG of the Pirate Summit. If you have been to that awesome event, then you know what's going to happen there. So some amazing fire, good talks, good people. So this event is for founders, product managers, marketers, developers. What do I mean? Who of you identifies more as a founder? Yeah, you're building your own startup. You're looking for that mysterious CTO that is never showing up. Yeah, that type. Or you are the CTO and you want to learn more about, hey, what else can I do with AI? How can it impact my company? How can I grow my business here? Then we got the product managers. Who are those? Yeah, people who are now able to communicate with the developer team so much more efficiently because they are in the code. Now, they are not building Figma mockups and presentations anymore, but get their idea from their brain into a prototype, but just speaking with a natural voice, speech to text into a tool like Cursor, Lovable, and so on, and doing that. Then we have marketers like me. I'm mostly a marketer. I studied psychology. Who are you? Marketers. Yeah, we want to use AI to grow our business. And then we have developers. We're developers here who want to mostly focus on how can I become better at product development, get really sophisticated workflows going on my machine, and build better products and nerd out with this technology. Is there a big category that I missed out here that you feel like you are, but you're not on this list? What? Software testers. All right. Yeah, true. Anyone else? Any other group? Just curious. Desperate housewives. Oh yeah, that's me. Yeah. So today we always meet at 18:30, so we have a bit of time to chit chat. I'm going to show message testing with AI creatives. Then we have Andreas. Andy, say hi. Who's going to show us his knowledge management solution in Obsidian and Cloud Code and all the good stuff. Then we hear evolution of AI context from Tobias. Tobias, there you are. Thanks for doing that. And Berkant is going to join us a bit later, or are you already there, Berkant? He has a long time to travel. He actually launched a product on Product Hunt that he completely vibe coded, and he didn't use any fancy code editors there. He was just grinding it, launching it, making real monthly recurring revenue now. Then we have time for open Q&A, but feel free to always interrupt. Use the chat on YouTube, on WhatsApp, and so on to chat with us. And then afterwards, we have time for drinks and connecting among each other again. All right? So to connect better, we often meet in this wonderful WhatsApp group. There are already 580 other crazy motherfuckers in there that you are missing out on. You will never miss a launch of a tool, of an AI model. So seize the opportunity. If you're not in here yet, scan this QR code. The speakers are always sharing all of their information through this WhatsApp group, like the slide decks, the code examples, the tools that we recommend. And while we are chatting and you are throwing in recommendations, I'll usually be here on the side while someone smarter is talking over there, and I'll Google it and put it in the chat for all of us. Yep. So I have this WhatsApp group on mute myself. Yeah, so don't worry, it's going to be a spammy one. All right. Did I forget anything, Christina? Does the YouTube live stream actually work? And you can read something on the screen? Let's see. I'm so curious how this is working out. I actually wanted to try what happens if I press this record button as well. And just for later to see if that makes a difference. I did not shift the camera on purpose. Thank you so much for mentioning that. There we go. That's better, right? Thank you. I'll have to keep an eye on that. All right, so let's dig in with the first topic. Yeah, message testing with AI. Check out this image. Yeah, of course, generated with AI. I love this subtly moving background. Doesn't that give a little something? Yeah, to a blog header image. But the image is a simple idea. We always think we currently know what is best. What is the best positioning for our product? How do we communicate it to our customers? But trust me, you are standing on a local maximum. There are other ways to position it. And even this pirate only thinks, yeah, that this is the best. It's for sure better than this one. But it's very likely that in the global landscape, we still need to do some more message testing in order to find out what truly resonates with our audience. And this is what I want to talk about. This article you can read in full length on this. I share in the WhatsApp group. Here you go. Oh yeah, I should probably mute the YouTube video. You can read it, you can watch it, you can listen it on the podcast, which is called Build, Grow, Repeat, which is our mantra here. Like we believe at Pirate Skills that every week you should build something into the hands of our users, talk about it to grow the business, and just repeat as often as is sustainable for you. But back to the topic of message testing. We are all stuck in this comfort of local maximum. We always think this is right. For the vibe coding Cologne, I challenged myself, like, what is the best message for vibe coding Cologne? And I told myself, it's the message of build it yourself, no CTO required. But guess what? That is a marketer speaking who has worked for 15 years at the hands and yeah, will I find somebody who can build the product that I market? Yeah, and I just couldn't take it anymore. And so I learned to build products in January 2025 with the power of vibe coding. But this is my filter. This is not your filter. This is not what you are attracted to the most. Or some of you are, some of you are not. And so I challenged this assumption. And what I did is I did a little positioning framework for just this event. There's an amazing book called Obviously Awesome from this woman. Who knows April Dunford? Like, geez, that is the go-to woman for B2B positioning, marketing, sales, everything before that. And she has written 2 books, Obviously Awesome and Sales Pitch. Let me just put it in the WhatsApp group. And this the AI knows very well. So if you copy paste this prompt on this article, it will take you through a small version of this positioning framework. And what comes out of it is the competitive alternatives to your business, your unique attributes, the value with proof points, target market characterization, and market categories. These are not just important for us to know. It's very important for the AI to know that you get 9.5 out of 10 results when you ask for, can you write me good copy for this ad? Bring an alternative title. Yeah, and if it knows these 5 points from her framework, I can try to zoom in a little bit. No, actually I can't. Just let me know when it shifts again, left and right. Yeah. If you have these 5 categories, you give the AI context. So spend just 5 minutes going through this little workshop for yourself, and then you see that. I would add just one thing to this framework. Add the pain points for the developed ideal customers. Because pain points are the best way how AI can transform these frameworks into concrete, what we marketers call angles, yeah, how you present your value proposition in a message. So this is a little positioning framework, and then we need to go into the testing workflow. I do all of this now in Cursor. I have my Cursor open. I have all of my context in there. I used to have it in Notion. Let me just see what opens up here. Probably my environment variables, yeah, like classic Ben. Which repo is this? This is not the one. Yeah, that's the one. So I have all of this here in a folder called, like in the docs folder, there's context. And here's my entire strategy, the Pirate Skills channel strategy, my storytelling framework, everything that I developed in these conversations, in these mini workshops I do with the AI based on the frameworks that I love the most and where I guide the AI through. I used to have all of this stuff in other tools like Apple Notes, but it's just a nuisance to me not to work in Cursor. Cursor is the single biggest productivity increase I have experienced as a marketer. Just move all of your context in there. Yeah, Lorenz Gref. How old is Lorenz now? Almost 70? 70. He moved his entire knowledge base into 2 GitHub repos for Startplatz. And what do the non-techies do? They look through it on GitHub, but they are now challenged to learn, just work out of this here. You just have a speech bubble. You tell it what you want. It's editing. It's keeping everything you do up to date in real time. Yeah, hope to hear a lot more of that from you, Andreas. Yeah, so keep it in there. But if you don't want to do that technical thing, start a ChatGPT project that you have a contained environment where you can talk about your positioning and your angles and your message testing. So step one is do the positioning foundation and then generate the angles. Use this prompt in the same conversation where you have the positioning framework, and it will develop 10 angles that it believes are really good fit based on your positioning. And your job is to curate. Let the AI create and let us humans curate. I like this, but I hate the rest. Give me more of what I like. And let it work until you got about 5 angles to test. So for the community here, I thought an autonomy angle would be interesting, like stop waiting, start building and grow it. A speed angle, what took 2 weeks now takes hours. A community angle where Cologne learns to build with AI. A co-founder gap angle, no co-founder, no problem. And an automation angle, automate what used to take teams. All of these I thought are very viable challengers, but only one can win, or maybe two. Yeah, like there's definitely there's going to be a difference. So then you generate the images. These were the ads I created. Some of you have seen the ads and came to this location today. These exact ads. Who has seen any of these ads and is here because of that? Look around. What the actual fuck? Yeah. Nobody remembers which exact ads they saw, but I have very clear data which performed best. Yeah, so I created ads. Here is, by the way, the prompt that I use. And I use a tool called fal.ai to generate all of those images. Here is the tool, fal.ai. Absolute genius tool. No new subscription. You just upload credits, money for credits, and then you use up the credits. And in fal.ai, you can use any image and video generation model. The only thing that attracts me almost as much is 11 Labs, who now not just does audio, but also the image and video creative. The tool for the advertising campaign. So fal.ai was the one that created these images based on the 5 things. And then I show you the meta ads campaign in a second. Yeah. So then we could leave it like that, just static creatives, but why not go a bit crazy? Yeah, and create video images based on that. Yeah, my hypothesis was that this can be a true challenger. You look at this one. What the actual, isn't that amazing? I was like, no way, no way. And when I see things like that, I built myself a little prompt library for media now. Yeah, I have a normal prompt library for work that I do with rules and skills and so on. But I now do this very regularly for media generation as well. And here's a little prompt for you that after you have created the images that you like in this ChatGPT conversation, it will kind of extract the visual guidelines, the brand voice that you liked into a prompt that you can reuse in the future, which will increase the speed of this workflow a lot. So then let's go message testing. Let's set up a campaign. Who of you have done some like meta ads campaigns? Just so I get an idea. Okay, so what you have is a big campaign. You say like, hey, let's spend $500. You can split it up into ad sets. Yeah, these boxes inside. And this is where I put each pain point. I say the autonomy pain point gets $100. And I put the image and the video so they can fight. But I want to guarantee each pain point gets a certain amount of money. Yeah, and it doesn't matter if it's $300 or $500, but you should have around $20 to $50 per image before you judge a message to be good or bad. So then, the camera angle. Yeah. Please interrupt. Please interrupt. This is what it's for. Let's see. It's human tracking. It's human tracking. So for whatever reason, it really likes to activate the AI features, this little cam over there. So we start tracking, we implement proper conversion tracking. There are some links to that as well. And we want to analyze, where do the most people click on? Yeah, this is called the click-through rate. What do we pay for the click? Yeah, what is the conversion rate on the landing page? How many people sign up for what you offer? I, of course, just sent people to sign up for today's event. Yeah. And then you measure, what does it cost you to get somebody to subscribe? And in B2C, it's like $5 to $15. In B2B, 20 to 50, depends on what you're shilling. Yeah, if it's something free or paid. So now the question is, what does good look like? This is an actual screenshot from the ad campaign. And you can take a guess which one are maybe the top 1, 2 ads that you can see here. This one here. The Cologne one? Yeah, the community one. Okay, let's take that as a first guess. But base it on the data.
My anger even makes me not being able to recognize them, but I would say the one that moved the most. So it was the third or the fourth.
Oh yeah, that's also interesting. Okay, so many people think they need to look for, where did I get the cheapest reach? Yeah, the CPM. That's often not true. We don't care about how much we pay. We care about what was the result of the campaign. People coming to this event and signing up for it. So it's not even the clicks. So lots of people focus on clicks and what was the click price. I don't care what the click price is. I care about how many people signed up for the event and what did that cost me. And if we look at this, the leads tabs, the last 3 columns, the first one generated 8 leads, 15% after the click converted to a lead, and it cost €4.41. That is the cheapest cost per lead in here. We had an average of almost €8, which is below my 10-year benchmark. I know from my experience with the Pirate Skills community, as long as I generate leads below €10 per lead, and they're real humans, yeah, I'm easily making a profit. Yeah, and I can invest in that. So this is well below that. But there is another one here that created more leads at a higher conversion rate, and that is also pretty close in terms of cost. So those 2 are my winners. So which one were those? Number 1 was the community one, the video with the community. And the second one was stop waiting for permission to build. That was an image. Yeah. And now you can go in and ask the AI, you can literally say, export the CSV file, analyze it for me. And something like this comes out. The AI will analyze it on your behalf, making you a much more competent marketer. Many times you have to have enough competence to notice when they bullshit you. But many times I was agreeing very much with this assessment that the video community thing is the winner. It has the highest click-through rate, the cheapest click, and the cheapest cost per lead. You were right, mate. You were right. It's like Christina's always right. I look at the data and we always come to the same fucking result. Like she's just basing it on her magic intuition. No idea how she does that. Yeah. Yeah, I see. Very keen to put me in the center. Yeah. It's like, can you like not do any AI stuff? Complaining about AI at the Vibe Coding meetup. Yeah, that's real. But from the beginning on, we have always had talks about the limitations of the AI. Gero, where are you? Yeah, you, for example, gave at the very first meetup, a talk about opportunities and limitations, but also the bigger picture. And so what do we find here? We see that we have some where we just don't have enough data to interpret. But we see the winner. We see the community angle is here at the top twice. Then the autonomy one was really good once, but the video just didn't get any money. So I shouldn't interpret that. So you can say like, okay, combine this data just by message. So we are ignoring is it image or video, and there we can clearly see that the community angle is the best performer. Yeah, highest click-through rates, lowest cost per lead. The only thing what the autonomy got better was people after the click that they actually signed up for the event. But overall, it was significantly more expensive. And that was the one I believed in. So I look at this data and that opens my mind. Yeah, that says like, Ben, good for you that you have this CTO trauma, but get the fuck over it. And people are interested in getting together and exchanging ideas and seeing what works. But I will also probably completely get rid of the co-founder gap and the automation angle. So not only learning what hits, but also what doesn't hit. As a little side project, I asked myself, what's better, image or video? I would have bet on the videos. Clearly, yeah, way cooler, but videos. 10% more expensive image than the images. Higher click-through rate, pretty much same. No, the only difference was that the videos had a significant higher click-through rate, but video people click and then they don't act, maybe. That's that. So that was an interesting lesson. What did I take away from that? The video generation is expensive and takes time to get the animation right. Every video cost me roughly $6, yeah, to generate, to get like 3 iterations, and then it works out. So I can save that money when I do message testing. Later for my scaling campaigns, I will of course again produce videos and see if they work for me. So then you cannot trust what Meta is saying. You can now use your magic vibe coding skills to check your database who actually came from which campaign. And I learned the following with this. Those are the 2 winners. The video community thing, Meta showed 8 conversions, in the database were 12. But in the image autonomy, Meta showed 11, but the database only showed 7. So the best performing one was even below €3 cost per lead. Yeah, doubling down on the idea that the community is the bigger, more salient message for the vibe coding Cologne event. Makes total sense. But a very data-driven nerd like me had blinders on. Yeah, and data just teaches me to go beyond that. I don't have time for going the details because I don't want to take too much time from. I'm not taking any time from you away, Andy. Yeah, your 15-minute start when I'm finished. And so I learned so much from that. I have a clear winner now. I have a runner-up with the autonomy angle. I can cut some losers, and now I can go and scale that community angle. Now I can make a lot of variations. I can report back to the AI. Look at the data. I've seen that the community angle totally works. Give me 10 iterations of that. Make it even more salient. Make it even better. I can test it again because every week, I have an event up and running now. And I do this so I have a high speed of learning cycles. Yeah, and I can do my testing again and again, improve over time. And I very much invite you that you try this thing for yourself as well. That's it. Thank you. Any questions on this crazy stuff? Of course, I used the Meta Ads MCP server to get the data from Meta Ads. Yes, I did. Yeah. Yeah, I do usually. If I'm B2C or B2B, I prefer Meta just because of the better price ratio. But if you can absolutely not see yourself on Meta, the next best recommendation is LinkedIn. But you need to plan $50 to $100 per lead, per conversion event. And learning cycles are just too expensive for that. So do the expensive learning on Meta and then transfer that to LinkedIn. That worked really well for me. Yeah, because you're spending so much. You're spending $6 to $12 per click, not per lead on LinkedIn. Disgusting. The only thing that works on LinkedIn that is halfway affordable are the LinkedIn forms. There you can get a good lead for $20 to $30. Yeah, don't try to convert on your website. First him and then you.
that you get from your and meta-analysis.
Yeah.
How can you get this difference? Like meta-analysis, how do you get this difference?
Yeah, let me expose some personal identifiable data. God damn it, Ben. Purchases, users, scroll to the right. Yes, I caught it. Whenever somebody signs up, I vibe coded an attribution tracking tool. Yeah, I told the hey, when somebody submits a form, put it in a cookie, and then store it when it's submitted. And there you can see where everyone is coming from. This are the latest signups now from the Startplatz community. I can even see when people come from Perplexity or from ChatGPT. Very interesting. And here you see an ad. Here's somebody who came through an ad. And here's the ad heavy cycle. Do you see that? And I see everything: the campaign name, the ad set name, and the ad name. I save a couple of IDs so I can call back. I can let the AI call back the API from Meta and ask, like, how much did I spend that week on that creative? Yeah. And this is how I get this data. This is the truth. Yeah. Meta Ads Campaign Manager, you hope for, if you're really good, for 80% truth. Database, straight truth. That's how I did it.
Where can I find your presentation on the website?
Yeah, the link is in the WhatsApp group. Maybe I joined late. Yep. Let me post it again, okay? All right, Andy, do you already want to set up while I take the last questions, and you can take this HDMI cable.
Shall I go on this side?
Yep, please. Next questions.
What is your opinion regarding advertising on YouTube compared to
hidden champion?
Okay.
Total hidden champion. YouTube is probably, especially for us Germans, the most underrated social media channel there is. And can I clip this?
Of course.
Onto you? Like I'll just clip it here on your jacket. Okay. And Christina is verifying if we can hear him. Absolute hidden gem. The problem is it's done through Google Ads, and it's by far the hardest channel to learn.
Okay.
Yeah. But the affiliate, you can always watch where does affiliate marketer money go. It was on Google, normal Google search ads. Then the money went to Meta. Then Meta became too expensive. It went to Outbrain. Outbrain became too expensive. It went to Google, to YouTube, through Google. Yeah. So observe where the big money spenders are doing it, and this is how you find out. Okay, last question, and then I want to hear from Andy.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the tech stack you use for this analysis of the social media data, and how do you do it context-wise? Do you open up just one ChatGPT context window and put everything in there? Or
I use it in Cursor, and I let it continuously update a Markdown file for the analysis. Yeah, and I throw in the CSV file. This is why I don't like to work like in a ChatGPT environment anymore. Yeah, and
then it has context of all of these.
Yeah, and not only that campaign, but everything before. It's insane. Like all of my social media posts, everything is my GitHub repo now. Thank you, guys. Yeah, Andy, you need to stand straight in front. Is everything working from your end?
Yes.
Then here you go. Thank you very much for joining, mate.
So hello, everyone. My name is Andreas Spannagel. I'm an AI engineer and also AI consultant, freelancer. But today is not about my work. For today is about my personal setup. I want to show you how I'm using Obsidian. Obsidian is a knowledge base like Notion and so on, and that lives on my computer together with Claude Code, which is something like Cursor, as you probably have vibe coded already. Together to turn my Obsidian vault, my knowledge base, into a second brain, into a thinking vault. So I think the problem is clear to everyone that has tried to organize their files on their file system, on their computers. It can get messy real quick. Everything's scattered all over the place. Maybe you have like an iCloud, maybe you have like a Google Docs, and you know, like you have a few contracts here and like a few financials data there. Your application CV is there, and it's all over the place, and it's kind of hard to even find where everything is when you need it, and also then to keep everything organized. Yeah, and most of it just sits there and kind of gets like dusty and messy. So this was also my situation for some time. I've had Obsidian and also Dropbox and all kind of stuff, but my old messy files, they got revived thanks to AI and thanks to vibe coding tools. So in my case, it's Claude Code, and I use it to basically read, write, also connect and search through my files and connect the nodes together and become my second brain, essentially. So I started using Obsidian more aggressively. I started moving stuff into it. So maybe I give you a quick idea of what Obsidian even is. So most of the time you've maybe heard of Notion or of like tools like that, where you have like a platform and you have like your nodes organized there and you collaborate maybe with your other people, or you even have it all on your own. Well, Obsidian is the same, except that it's fully Markdown based and it lives on your computer. So you're not locked into any proprietary platform. You have Markdown, which is the native language of AI tools. They really love Markdown. And you basically have everything under your control. And Claude Code and Cursor and so on, they also like to live on your machine. Like I would even say that now my Claude Code has found a home in its Obsidian vault. It's like, you know, a small spirit that is living on my machine. And it's like, doing stuff for me now.
Feels like it. Truly
Yes.
feels like it.
So now I want to just show you a few use cases. If we have time, I can show you even a few more, but I just have a few. Can you maybe start with the Obsidian Vault itself? So this is how Obsidian looks like. As you see here, it's just like, for example, this is my Claude MD file. You probably know Agents MD file. It's just referencing my Claude MD file. Where I just dumped a whole bunch of, you know, like instructions for my agent. What's the general philosophy of this vault? What are some core principles? Connect, don't just collect, atomic nodes, clarify, blah, blah, blah. How to communicate with me, some workflows that I have about to-do list management and daily notes and stuff like that. How to search through my vault, how to create nodes, how to connect them, how to organize them, and so on. So I basically, over the time, I have taught my AI agent how to navigate in my knowledge base so that it can find what it needs, and also how to drop what it needs so that it finds it again. And maybe I start with something interesting that also shows maybe also the potential of Obsidian in particular. So I have a to-do list system. And the interesting part about this to-do list system is that this to-do list system is not created for humans, but it's created for agents. Like it's a small CLI tool, so it's like a script that basically creates tickets in the file system that are not very pretty, you know, but accessible for the agent. So if I open Claude Code and I say, for example, let's do a daily. Oh, the microphone is not working. Okay, maybe I can fix this real quick. If
Oh
not,
my God,
then
he
I will
needs to
just
type
it.
eventually.
Okay.
This is real.
Let's
This is real.
do a quick daily stand up.
Once you start
What
voice
are
to text,
my
it's over.
to-dos of the? What are my P0 to-dos? So then Claude Code goes off.
What is P0?
Priority 0, like the most urgent.
Ooh.
So now it's like running a bunch of commands. BD is like the to-do list tool. It found a bunch of to-dos. Some are freelance, some are personal, whatever. Then it's reading them and then outputting them to me and saying, here, you have your 3 P0 to-dos. Prepare Claude Code and Obsidian presentation. Show the CRM pipeline workflow. Show Obsidian to-do system. yeah, the to-do demo tasks, also some blocked ones and other stuff. So now we can go back into the vault, and I want to show you something interesting. So Obsidian is not just an interface for Markdown, it also has plugins. And one of an interesting plugin is something called a data view.js. So this is essentially JavaScript that I haven't written. The AI bot wrote it for me, that wrote me an interface for my to-dos. So now I can also see what the agent's doing. I see my P1s, P0 to-dos, my P1 to-dos, and so on and so on. And I can also demote them down or up, whatever. I can also, for example, prepare Claude Code presentation is done. I'll cross it off, and so on and so on. I could also use my agent to do it, but I can also create now an interface that is for me and I can use myself. So this is my to-do list system, just like a quick one. So if I say, please create a new to-do, I have a tooth pain. I need to go to the doctor. Then it'll go ahead and create a new one. Maybe it'll ask me the priority. Otherwise, it will just assume because I have tooth pain that it's urgent and then create it for myself. Yeah, while it's doing stuff, I want to kick off a few more tasks. So I'll start a few more sessions of Claude Code that we can do a little bit of things in parallel. Please create a mini meal plan. I have my recipes in my vault. Create a master shopping list. And then go to rewe.com and go to my favorites and put them in the basket. So now I start something else.
Which browser connection do you use?
Claude for Chrome, the native one. If I start it even like that, as you see here, -- Chrome, it's already integrated. And then you just connect it in your browser and then it starts doing stuff. So how many days should the meal plan cover? Okay, let's do 3. How many people are you cooking for? 2. Dietary restrictions? No. Quick and easy, why not? Submit. Submit answers. It even created a form on the fly for me to answer before it goes off, and then it starts going off. I hope it doesn't bother me now, so I can do other things in parallel. Because now I wanted to jump back. How urgent is the tooth pain? Does it need an appointment this week, or is it more of a schedule soon situation? Oh, here it's already creating open the browser. So pain is significant this week. Yes. All right.
I like that it gives you the suggestions, like just putting the number.
Yes.
And I love it.
So here it created a P1 priority to do exactly, and it created it for me. And if I refresh my vault, then I will see that book dentist appointment tooth pain is now a new to do in my vault.
Can you zoom in a little bit?
Of course, yes. View, zoom in, view, zoom in.
Thank you.
That's a bit better, right?
Better?
Claude Code is readable in general? Yes? Okay,
Mwah.
okay
No.
let's do it a bit bigger like that. Better?
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
The
so,
live stream is, they all like, ah.
So the shopping one, it asked me, I can see your favorite list. It has 277 items, but there's a button to add all of them to the basket at once before I click. Do you really want 277 items? No. The ones from the master shopping list, of course. Okay, sometimes it's stupid. Good that there's a human in the loop. Okay, what else did I want to show? Yes. Okay, let's assume that I have, so I use it also for business. Let's assume that I have a sales call, and unfortunately the microphone is not working, so I will have to do it myself. Right, okay. I had a sales call with Max Mustermann, was about upskilling some developers, 15 to 20 people. He wants to meet and talk about when and how much. What do you think? So I have a small CSV file in my Vault, which is like a very simple CRM pipeline where I put the contacts, I put where I met them, I put how hot they are and what the next steps are and stuff like that. And I can even ask, because I connected Claude Code to my emails and my calendar to make appointments for me and or write emails or like search and stuff like that. So it's trying to search for Mustermann. It's not going to find anything because it's a new sale or new contact. So let me check my pipeline, any past workshop pricing for reference and so on. It's like just going ahead and like searching through my Vault for relevant things. So it's like giving me so much automation out for free. By the way, how is Claude doing my shopping? Let's have a look real quick. Okay, already one item in the basket. Now it added Hähnchenbrustfilet. It's now then scrolling, taking screenshots, clicking on stuff, and like continuing. We can also read what it's doing. Here,
Can you
first,
please teach Christina? She's doing that every Sunday. You need it so bad, don't you?
so chicken added, basket 2 items. Okay, next thing, and so on and so on. Rinder steak is next. Okay, so it's even searching. Normally, I didn't want it to search because search is much, much harder than just going through my favorites. But apparently, it's now even, you're searching for Rind and then deciding what to take and like dropping it in my favorites. Okay, I have one more thing that I wanted to show. Okay, so here, what is he saying? Opportunity. This is a strong lead. 3 signals stand out. Budget is not a constraint. He told you that directly. That's rare. Means you should price on value, not on what feels safe. He already rejected another trainer. He's shopping for quality, not price, blah, blah, blah. 4 to 6. Okay, it's because I had already a sales call like that. I think it found it. Pricing, your Vault mentions 2,000 per day for direct clients, but a workshop for 15 to 20 people isn't the same as one-on-one consulting. You are delivering value to 15 to 20 seats, not one. Workshop pricing should reflect that. Reasonable price ranges, and so on and so on. I would watch for and so on. All right, great. Let's add this contact to my pipeline. Is it worth it to create a new node? Okay, so last but not least, I create a new one. So I am doing the presentation for Claude Code plus Obsidian currently. I want to create a handout live. Can you please extract the key points and create 2 slides and compile them? Use MARP. So MARP is my presentation tool of my choice. By the way, this is a MARP presentation. I have not written a single line in this slide and also not created any layout whatsoever. Like this is just basically CSS and a bunch of sometimes HTML and so on. So it's searching now through my Vault. It found the presentation, the Thinking Vault handout. Yeah, it's creating a new one. It's compiling it now. Then I want to see it, of course. Done. The handout is at presentations, Thinking Vault. So let's see how it looks like. It looks like that. It's not very good because it is truncated here. So now a trick, if you're working with AI a lot, you try to create closed loops. Please verify that it looks good and iterate until done. I don't want to feedback it. It should just check it itself and then check if it's good and then iterate until it's done itself.
The mini Rolf.
Yes, exactly. So
you have a landing page where you presented all of this stuff.
What do you mean?
Do you have a page where people can take a look at this tool?
There is no tool yet, so maybe I jump back because I think we're kind of over time. So I showed you a few things that are possible, but there is so much more possible. Like you can even create complex workflows. For example, I was curious this year. I had to do my quarterly VAT preparation. And this is like a big thing, you know, like downloading, like checking my bank account, downloading all the invoices and so on and so on. So I did it once with Claude Code together, like letting it search through my emails, downloading all the attachments, when it cannot find it, going to the browser, going to the platform, going to fal.ai, downloading the invoices of my train rides and so on and so on, and then calculating the VAT at the end so that I can enter it in Elster and submit. I can tell you it took longer to do it with Claude Code than without it. But what matters is that I saw that it's possible. And now that I can extract my learning into so-called skill also exists in Cursor. They also exist in Claude Code. You can create a skill out of something that you think that you know how to do once you've gotten some feedback on it. And then you create it. And then once it's knowing this, the skill, then next time I'm doing the quarterly VAT preparation, it will be almost automatic. I think I will have to check a little bit here and there, but it will be mostly automatic.
And Tobias is actually going to hold a full talk on that after you.
Perfect. Yes. So yeah, so the sky is the limit, really. Like this is like a new general purpose technology. I think everyone agrees that personal AI is a hot topic. The productivity revolution that started with coding is now transforming everything else too. And I'm very excited about this. I think the releases of Claude Cowork and a few other things like, you know, like the OpenClaw thing that everyone's reading about right now. It just shows a taste that people really want to have personal assistants. And I think 2026 will be a big year in this. And I don't know yet if I'm going to do anything in that space, but if enough people are interested, please check out the landing page, drop your email, and then if enough interest is there, then maybe we can, you know, do like a community or paid course or I don't know what. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where this trend is going.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to take 2 questions, 1, 2. Let's see if we take a third.
I see a lot of tokens that you're using for all of that. So I wonder which plan do you need to be on to make all of this possible?
Could you please repeat the question because mics?
So the question was on which plan I am, because it looked like I'm burning through a lot of tokens. And this is true. Some things like searching through emails and browser automation, they are very hungry in terms of tokens. And for that, I think you must be on the max plan. I'm paying €200 per month for Claude Code. But for me, it's doubly worth it because I'm using it for coding, which is my job, but also I'm using it for my personal management. So it's 2 in 1. If you're not having these use cases with email and with browser automation, then I think you can reasonably start with €20 and maybe even enable some API-based pricing for the phases where you are hitting the rate limit and you need to wait. Or you have like maybe €20 here and then...
Or you just get over it
yes.
and get the fucking max plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the plugins? How many plugins have you self-developed for your system? And which off-the-shelf plugins did you use, and especially regarding knowledge-based organization?
Yes. So I think that this is a work in progress. I think the plugins, they are coming, or the skills, let's say, they are coming as soon as I realize that there is something repeatable here. But also sometimes I'm using stuff off the shelf. For example, I enhanced the search capabilities of Claude Code. Claude Code is very good with keyword search, but not so good with semantic search. And then I've downloaded a small software for agents, not for humans, that is very good at searching semantically through Vault. It's called QMD. And I installed it, I wrapped it, I added a little bit of functionality, and now it can search not only through my Markdown files, but also through my PDFs and other stuff, and PowerPoints and so on, like all of this.
All right, thank you, thank you. Then let's give a clap. Andy, could you do us a favor and put the URL in the WhatsApp group?
Yes, will do.
So everyone has a chance to maybe take a look at that little personal AI thing. It feels like we're getting closer to Jarvis.
Yeah.
Actually, I decided that for next week, the content piece I'm providing is going to be called something like, yeah, my current state of my Jarvis. Yeah, it doesn't it feel like it? Yeah, let me.
Yeah, if the voice worked, then it would feel more like Jarvis already today in the presentation.
Isn't this crazy what we can do now? Yeah, I feel this is very, very exciting times. We still have to find out how can we still put that in our budget. And but yeah, I'm curious, like who is spending $30 for AI and more? $100 and more? $200 and more? $500 and more? Yeah, like this is like the few people, $300. Yeah, you're all in. Yeah, I had this phase in June where I was like, I need to save money. I just got over myself. Yeah, because it's insane. But you don't want to stand in the way of what's possible there. Okay, so welcome Tobias. Thank you very much for joining us. And what do you have for us?
All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Tobias Derksen. I am the CEO of Elancer team. We are a web development agency here in Cologne. So we build since 2011 websites with WordPress and software with Ruby on Rails. And I'm here on share the same passion like you for AI, which personally leads for me to four things. First, I have shorter nights because sometimes I get really excited and I do not want to sleep because there's a new tool. The WhatsApp group is dangerous.
So, WhatsApp group is really dangerous.
Yeah, so it's on mute, but sometimes you need to look it up. Second, I start teaching at the HWK, Handelskammer für Köln. I'm teaching the new generation of Handwerksmeister about AI.
No shit.
Yeah, it's very interesting because they have a totally different view, but I get them with how can AI help them to prepare for the Meisterprüfung, you know?
Ooh.
So they are really, really interesting software parts. And the discussion is really, really interesting. So, and the other two things is lately I discovered I building a lot of small tools which help me in little things that were not wouldn't be worth developing by hand. For example, I do WordPress sites. Is somebody else have a WordPress site? Yeah. So sometimes it breaks after maintenance, right? So I vibe coded a small tool where I put in the URL, it checks my sites, take a screenshot, then I do all my updates, and then it takes another screenshot and say me visually where's the different, so I don't miss something out, you know? So fully vibe coded, I guess it was 5 minutes, you know? And the fourth thing is I even changed how I develop websites with AI. So I get a Figma style, you know, the designer creates Figma style. And then with 2 MCPs and 2 skills, I create nearly automatically a fully functional modern WordPress site, something like my colleagues would do by hand. So this was my last project, very exciting. Today, I want to talk with you about the evolution of AI context. So we talk a little bit about static prompts, large context windows, and the 3 keywords you should write down: agents, MCP servers, and skills. If you do not understand this, look it up. It's very worth looking up. So I guess this is a more beginner talk. So if you work a little bit more with AI, you know what agent, MCPs, and skills are. And here is the little bit of magic that you saw before, you know. So let's start simple. What is context? Context is everything the model can see at the moment it generates an answer, you know. Context, or an AI model, in plain, there's no memory, there's no intelligence, just what's in the prompt right now. So a prompt basically have these three parts, like a system prompt. That's the secret stuff, you know. So if you use Claude Code, there are a lot of system prompts, which are the secret of Claude Code. I don't know if somebody tried to expose them. Did you know something, if they got it?
It's a bit more, it's also the tools.
Yeah, the tool, but if you use or really lovable, so I would say here's a lot of magic, something you would try to hide it. Here are something prompts like you must follow these rules, or you can or cannot do certain things. Then there is the conversation history. Every message and every assistance reply gets here appended. So the model does not remember on every chat. It rereads the entire conversation every turn. That's why long turns slow down. That's why eventually some things falls off of a long time. So I discovered this. And that's why if you use Claude Code or other tools, there's this a pause where it says now summarize or summarize the context. Because this goes all into the prompt. And then the last thing, the injected knowledge, here is where the MCP, the skills, and everything that we talk about is also in that prompt. So if you use Claude context and use, okay, how does it look like? You can put in Claude Code context and you see how much space it takes. If you look here, you see I theoretically have 200,000 tokens, but on a really plain system, there are some skills and MCP installed. I only have 142K tokens left for the conversation. So what is context? How big is the context? I looked this up, and it was really surprising that the first early ChatGPT version only have 4K of tokens. That's less. My two MCPs that I use are more than 4,000 tokens. Then I think the first version of ChatGPT-4 got around 8,000 tokens. And now I would say the most common models are Opus 4.5. They're around 200,000 tokens. I looked up GPT-5.2, probably use 400,000 tokens. And there's Gemini Pro, which probably use 1 million tokens. I already found some information. They said they're around 2 million tokens, but I'm not sure if that's true. But that's just, wow, 2 million tokens or 1 million tokens. So isn't that amazing, right? But well, here's the trap. More context doesn't mean that we get better answers. Did somebody already tried Gemini Pro? Yeah. So what was your experience in comparison to Claude Code?
It can better remember what happened at the beginning, but you still need to feed it good information. Like you can't just dump shit in it and expect a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's the best currently.
It is the best. Interesting. I had another experience. It was really slow. I'm not sure if I'm the only one, but I think there is a match between context size. It was a simple task I used for Opus 4.5. It takes 8 minutes. And the Gemini Pro, I'm not sure which version it was, it takes 50 minutes. I'm not sure, it's not a very good benchmark, but I think there's something with the context. It is probably better, but sometimes it leads to more latency and it's higher cost. So we have some problems with very big context. So all I want to say here is context is budget and not a dumping ground. Relevance beats volume. So if you're playing a little bit around, look what you really get into the context. You often experience better results if you manage your content context. All right, so I jumped a little bit back. Where did we start? I'm not sure if this was the first cursor rules, but I could find that we start with .cursor rules, just a plain file, which always are copied into the context one-to-one. It's today still possible with the Claude MD file or the agent MD file. If you put information in there, it's always on every chat or on every prompt in the context. Then Cursor got a little bit smarter and developed this MDC files, where you could separate files and put under where's globes and can say, okay, this information here only is necessary for certain type of files. So a little bit better context use. I'm already simplify here things because I think I really missed some things out, but just to give a brief overview. And then now I would say fun stuff are agents, MCPs, and skills. What is an agent? I would describe an agent as an LLM that can reason, act, observe, and repeat. If you use ChatGPT, Claude Code, you automatically use agents. And then I think it was around 24, they included sub-agents, which is very interesting for the context size, because now my main agent can outsource tasks to sub-agents. And the sub-agents even have a new context window of 200,000 tokens or whatever your model you use. So I can create some specialists, like what did I hear? A project manager, for example, and a business analyst. And then I do not need to put everything in the one context. I could specialize experts to outsourcing that. So that is still in use, but you need to know these agents are isolated. Now, if the main agent sends information to the sub-agent, it gets the results, but there's no automatically that they share all the same memory. So every agent is kind of isolated. But it works very well with experts. All the agents, what they're doing when they're reading and modifying files, they all use tools to do something. And a little bit later, there was the question, if everyone building agents, how can we standardize tools, memory, and access? And now this is one of the secret words is MCP. That's magic, what you saw before with the Chrome popping up. I guess it was also an MCP. It was the standard Chrome MCP in Claude Code. So this means we have our LLM, ChatGPT, Claude, whatever you mean. And then I have a standardized protocol, the Model Context Protocol, as an MCP server, which handling all the tool calls, like how to deal with Chrome. How do I open Chrome? How do I scroll? How do I click on something? And that's very convenient because you don't need for every tool or every IDE this little bit different code to optimize. You only need to develop one MCP server, and then they can connect. And all the information how to use the tool, or for example, authentication, if you want to connect your LLM to Slack or Google services, are here on the MCP side. And the LLM can talk in plain text and kind of markdown to the MCP server.
What are your most frequently used MCP servers, so people have an idea?
So I use Playwright, which is basically the same like the Chrome thing, so that I can use my LLM can open Chrome fenster and look if the WordPress site is built is correct or not. And then I also generate this loop and say, oh, this doesn't look like a Figma. I need to reiterate. Or the second tool I use is Context 7. It's an MCP which reads the
Documentation.
thank you, the documentation a little bit better. I'm not sure if I can rid of it, maybe, because it gets better and better, but these are the two most common MCP servers I use.
What would you guys say? What are the most underrated MCP servers out
Good
there?
question.
Like it's my Superbase remote MCP, totally underrated, I think. What do you think?
Serena MCP. This is
Serena.
allowing you semantic search. So it doesn't just search your code base, it understands your code base.
Ah.
It gives pointers to the objects, the symbols of the code.
Mhm.
So Serena, great idea, extremely slow. Watch this thing, it's gonna be
Okay, Serena MCP for semantic code search.
Can we put this in the WhatsApp group? I need to look it up.
There's also Agent Browser, which is a CLI and replaces Playwright because it doesn't have so many MCP tools in your context window.
So Agent Browser.
Very
This is
good.
popular for,
Basically.
this is by Vercel, isn't it? I
I
think.
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
That might be the case. It's just a CLI and you can run the skill and then you can get rid of Playwright. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Agent Browser. Agent-Browser. Yeah.
Yeah, please also put it in the WhatsApp or someone
Put it in
here.
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Okay, continue, please. We have, you have one more?
Yeah, I've written my own tool actually. The tool name is Egan.ai.
Aiden,
Egan.
Egan.
Egan from the
Put it in the WhatsApp group.
I will.
We'll share.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So my question is for you. Will it be better than if you experience this in one place? Like you don't have to go from Figma to Playwright to see if it's correct or not. You know, the design, the CSS, whatever it is. Will it be better if you do it in the same place? Like for example, you want to build a website xyz.com.
Mhm.
On xyz.com, seeing the changes real time without you going from Figma to the design itself. So you're doing this real time on the website itself.
We have tried to answer it. I think it's very hard. Maybe we can discuss it later.
Let's
And it's-
discuss later. I'm not.
Like going back and forth.
Yeah.
With the design and play
Mhm.
Okay.
That sounds very interesting. Let's talk. That's why I explain all the things. The second MCP I already use is for sure Figma, you know. So they get the information from Figma. I'm not copy pasting Figma styles or
But there is
things.
more.
So
after
yeah,
MCP.
there are a lot of MCPs
And
and
skills.
yeah.
Do you have
that's-
one more, Andy?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that the Google Workspaces MCP, if you have a Google account, then you can connect your calendar and your email address to your agent as well.
Google Workspace MCP. I do that as well. I now let it create calendar events, get the IDs from the calendar events, invite people.
Yeah.
I love it.
Mostly, it's very easy to set up with whatever you LLM you use, and there's a high chance that the tool exposes an MCP. Like even WordPress is now working on that, so that's right now my workflow. So I need to put in, hey, I put this block into this page, check it up, but I know that maybe it's still possible that it itself can put the things onto my WordPress sites, retrieve the URL, and can check it for self.
Let's continue because we are running out of time.
Sorry. Okay. So the last thing I want to talk. So this is the XMC shows like Playwright, a lot of tokens, a lot of things it can do. So the newest member of all the things is skills. Skills is very easy to say, just a folder with a required skill MD file, and then you can. And this file, the minimal setup is just the name and the description. And then you could put all the things you want to show about this skill into this folder. The good thing is that the original context only reads this description and the name. So your original context gets very small. You need to make sure to make the description very good, that it detects, well, okay, now I need to load this skill. And then it can all reads this examples and all the things you want to put in to make your skill better. So look up skills. That's magic. I would say that's for the new thing. And I hope it gives you some inspiration. Follow me and connect with Instagram. I'm LinkedIn. I
Thanks,
want to
mate.
discuss
Thanks.
your tips.
All right. By the way, this.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll put it's just LinkedIn, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then you can already set up if you want, and then we can talk a little bit in the meantime. When I do everything that I believe happens again, and I could do it in Cursor, I will ask Cursor or Cloud Code to write a skill on that these days. It just becomes a new pattern. I fucking hate processes normally, but now that I can Jarvis style just speak, hey, could you please remember this? Process development has become a breeze. Yeah, and it's you can fine tune every process. Everything is documented, but you don't have to write the documentation for these processes anymore because you got skills. And skills in MCP servers, they are not mutually exclusive. It's not like the complete evolution. All skills can point straight to the API or to an MCP server and are extremely valuable. So each of those tools has a tool called Skill Creator, and just use it to create your next skill. It will interview you.
Is it possible to set up skills also in projects in ChatGPT, or do I have to be able to code for it on Cursor also?
So in Claude, it is possible to set up skills, but in ChatGPT, probably in 2 weeks, but I don't know about that. Yeah, it's just catch up at the moment. Cursor took a while to catch up with skills, now has them. And now you got like 4 folders just to manage your skills. One for Copilot, one for Claude, one for Cursor, one for, it's annoying as fuck. But I hope like agents.md, which you showed, there will be a unified interface for skills in the coming months. Let's pray.
It's
Yeah.
already decided that it's a new standard.
Yeah, thank God. But then we need people like Anthropic to adopt it, because as far as I know, Anthropic still hasn't adopted agents.md.
No.
Right? Because they insist on their Claude.md thing. It's a good branding. They do a good job, fuckers. Yeah, but it's annoying. It's annoying for us. How's the presentation going?
It's going well, I guess.
So
yeah.
I was really excited to hear about you, because one of the most exciting things that we had before here was a project that just launched, was vibe coded and just launched and got traction in the marketplace. And you have to stand a bit closer to behind your desk so you can you're visible on the stream. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready so far?
I'm ready. Yeah.
All right, then let's hear about it. Thanks for coming.
Hello, everyone. I already had a speech, so my voice is really, really bad today. Really happy to be here. I was sitting like last month. I was sitting where you are sitting right now, and then I asked Ben if it's if it makes sense to share my experiences I had with vibe coding, and yeah, here I am. So my presentation is called Lean Vibe Coding, and it should remind us maybe that the fundamentals of entrepreneurship and lean startups still matters a lot, and this just shipping mindset still matters a lot when we are vibe coding. Even tiny tools for our oh hi, by the way, even tiny tools for ourselves. Maybe we solve problems of others as well, where also willing to pay for it. So that's why I'm gonna show you how I vibe coded a presentation mode for Notion. Who is using Notion, by the way, here in this room? Okay, nice. So for those who don't use Notion, who knows what Notion is? Okay, so that's awesome. So Notion is a lot of things, but it's not a presentation tool. And I do a lot of things in Notion, and I also wanted to do my presentations. And so I built presentation mode for Notion. What it is it's basically, I click on present, and then it goes in presentation mode. And when I click onto my arrow key on my presenter, I can go to the next slide, basically.
Awesome.
Yeah. I forgot to introduce myself, by the way. My name is Berkant. I'm a solopreneur. I have a couple of tiny tools, applications, and I'm also a lecturer for entrepreneurship And yeah, soon we'll start also my PhD at WHU, hopefully about vibe coding or the impact of vibe coding on entrepreneurship. Yeah, and as you can see, this very tiny tool became second product of the day on Product Hunt. I guess most of you know what Product Hunt is. And you have to know, I can't code. I'm not a developer. I even didn't know how Chrome extensions work before I started building this. And I coded it between Christmas and New Year in the evenings, in the coffee shop, and then just shipped it on Product Hunt. And yeah, turns out more people have the same problem and want to use it. But I would like to start with why, or at least the reason I built this has a, let's say, bigger why than just the tool itself. But this presentation will start like backwards. So I start what this tool is doing. I'm going to explain how I build it and how I actually distributed it. And then we'll end with the why. So what is this doing for those Notion users in the room? So I actually thought, when you change a little bit the browser, when you go into full screen mode and you turn every header into a slide title, this like Notion page kind of could work as a presentation. So what this extension basically does is each heading one turns into a slide title. With feedback, there's an optional there's an optional opportunity to also turn heading 2s and heading 3s into slide titles. You can use a divider to create space between the different slides, because I had the problem when I don't have the divider in here. So when I escape key and then turn back to my presentation, when I don't have the divider, you can see the next slide title already on the screen. So my solution was the divider just creates a huge space, yeah, so you don't see the next header. And the way I'm telling this to you, I just wrote to Claude first and then Gemini, but I'm going to come to this later. What it does, it's also is it creates a present button in the style of Notion, so it really feels like it's a Notion feature. So most people think it's a feature that didn't launch in their Notion workspace, basically. And yeah, arrow key or the presenter moves to the next slide. You can also turn off sliding, or in this case, you can turn on sliding. So my sliding was turned off. You see, it's not a perfect tool, but it's a tool that kind of works, and people are paying for it.
Are people paying for it already?
Sorry?
Are people already paying for it?
Yeah, they're paying for it. I'm going to come to this later. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so
I'm
you
a
can also
marketer, sorry,
slide to the next slide. Yeah, that's also a really nice feature. And you can, then I realized, yeah, there should be a PDF export as well. So you can export your Notion pages. And for those who use Notion, you maybe know that the PDF exports of Notion are not really the best. You also always have problems with the page break. And here you get your slides in PDF as they are, yeah, with the right page breaks. The cool thing is about this tool, and this is also why a lot of professors and lecturers in the area of like computer science or IT are loving it to use, is that they can edit it live during their lectures, for instance, and they can create their blogs and then write some code. Yeah. Turns out for computer science professors, it's a key feature. And the funny thing is, it's a bit maybe buzzy, but I also made a vibe decking agent. I'm not sure if I invented the word vibe decking, but yeah.
We buy it.
Hopefully. So what you can do with my vibe decking agent, it's basically kind of my little gamma. Yeah. So you have Notion AI here, and not everyone knows this, because not a lot of people are using Notion AI. but it becomes really powerful because this AI has access to everything in your Notion. And for instance, it can build, based on my previous lectures, I can just let this agent, this vibe decking agent, build a new presentation based on those 3 lectures, but now in German, for instance. Yeah. And since it's all Markdown, it doesn't have any problems with some creepy pictures or text I can't edit. So when you go to this setting here, you can browse templates and you can search for Vibe. There's Vibe decking agent. That's basically a template, a Notion template. It's basically a Notion page with instructions and information about how presentation mode for Notion works, and then creates with those instructions slides or Markdown content that is, customized for presentation mode use cases based on the content they have or based on their prompts. And yeah, surprisingly, Notion has a template here. It's called Pirate. I don't know what it is, but
It was not me.
yeah. Okay, so that's my little vibe decking agent.
I still didn't understand what it does. Like, does it help you create those presentations? It's like
Yeah.
a skill that
Exactly.
formats the presentations.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
what I could do is I could also upload a PDF presentation
Mhm.
and let it turn into a presentation or Notion presentation.
And then vibe deckify it.
Yeah, vibe deckify it. Yeah, nice.
Okay, that's a thing now.
Yeah.
Started here.
Started here. Made in Cologne. Yeah, so these are the features basically. And by the way,
Cool.
through this thing, I suddenly became a Notion builder. So Notion has a builders program, and they kind of like said, okay, you're qualified to become a builder. So they gave me a little link which I can post, which I was able to also add into my extension, where you, for your workspaces, can apply for 3 months, free Notion Business and Notion AI if you want. So just download the extension and then click on it and apply for the program. Yeah. So how I build this is it's not techy, right? So that's why I call it product stack. My product stack was Claude first. So I started building it with Claude. Then I switched to V0 from Vercel. Then I tested Gemini. So the latest versions were completely created with Gemini. And I think since it's a Google platform, I mean, the Google browser, I have the feeling that it knows the features or the code it needs for the Google environment better than others. But this is just a feeling, maybe just a vibe. And yeah, so it turned out that like Gemini is currently my go-to vibe coding tool, basically. And what it does, it generates the files, and sometimes I'm letting it generate the whole file, so I can just copy and paste it and upload it as a new Chrome extension version.
And this took me a little bit. He
Yeah.
means Gemini. It doesn't mean anti-gravity using the Gemini model or
Yeah.
cursor. Straight Gemini, correct?
Straight Gemini.
And I think that's fascinating.
I actually built a whole new version with Gemini.
That's the question.
Gemini, the browser, Chrome extension.
The Chrome, no, Gemini, the Google's ChatGPT Gemini.
Can you open it?
This one.
No. Can you
No,
open?
no.
No. This is why I wanted to have him here. He's doing it in the least complicated way you can do. And launched it. It makes money with it. That's why I needed to see this.
So I'm gonna explain why later. So we're still in the how phase.
Still got 5 minutes.
For instance, there's one problem when I close my presentation, it ends up on a different slide. This is something I need to fix, but or Gemini has to fix. So I'm gonna speak with it. All right. Yeah. So Gemini. So sometimes I'm letting it create the whole file I need, because I'm like a bit lazy, and when I have time, drink some coffee and let it write. I actually built a whole version with the free version of Gemini. So when I first tested Gemini, if it's possible to like use it also for vibe coding, I didn't even pay for it. And when it gives me like snippets, I have to change on my code. I basically use Visual Studio Code, and in there even this I use in the browser, so I don't install it on my Mac. I just use the web version.
If you now tell me that the final evolution of was that you ended up in Canva, I'm gonna flip.
Actually, Canva, for those who don't know, Canva also has a vibe coding feature. Many people don't know. But no,
Okay, that would have been the peak.
So Canva I just used to make catchy pictures for the web store of Chrome. But I added it on purpose here because I think from the entrepreneurial aspect, it's still important to add this to your product stack, because those pictures in the web store, they have to be catchy, they matter, and this is part of the product itself. Yeah. Even this picture here, yeah. Actually, when I launched on Product Hunt, this button didn't exist. That was just a vision. I'm going to show you how the first version of the product was, which I launched on Product Hunt. But I still made the picture to make people click on it, for instance. Yeah. And then there's some payment tools I use. So it's basically Stripe. But there was one guy, I think in Boston, who did Extension Pay, which is basically an API that allows extensions to use Stripe, and was really easy to integrate. He has a very good API documentation. I just copied and pasted the documentation into Claude back then, and it created me the plans and the integration there.
And I really liked the paywall it created. I implemented, I installed the Notion extension, and
you didn't pay.
That was really well done. No, I haven't paid yet. I wanted to see the presentation. No spoilers.
And then there's something I call distribution stack, which is very important for solopreneurs. So when you make those tiny tools and ship, because honestly, I would love to like have more paying customers, of course. But as a solopreneur, this is not a VC thing. This is, I mean, you can also copy it, and I'm not the only one who is building something that enables you to present with Notion. But the distribution channels are really important. There's also this phrase you probably heard, first-time founders focus on product, second-time founders focus on distribution. Ideally, you integrate the distribution, or you engineer the distribution into your product itself and into the product development phase. So that's why Product Hunt was really insightful for me, not because it gave this first boost of clicks and through the Chrome extension, but you have a huge community that really give you valuable feedback and feature requests. Yeah? And because it became second product of the day on Product Hunt, a lot of other newsletters and pages who basically copy and crawl Product Hunt gave me a lot of backlinks, which again supports my position in the Chrome Web Store, for instance, or my search engine. I didn't do any search engine optimization, but everything I did kind of influenced the search engine optimization. And yeah, Notion Marketplace was also something I thought from the very beginning that this will be definitely a key resource to get people, because when you, I can actually show the slides. Is it here? Yeah. So in the Notion Marketplace, when you search for presentation, this template is mine and this template is mine. So everyone who wants to use a Notion template for presentations, they kind of come across this tool. They either add this template, and in the template, there is a video of mine showing how presentation mode for Notion works and the link to the Chrome Web Store, for instance. And that's the vibe decking agent. And because actually the vibe decking agent was created because I realized that Notion Marketplace is pushing is pushing agents. And that's why I just made a template that is categorized as an agent. That's where the vibe decking agent idea actually came from. I realized I should maybe change the zoom, which was one feedback from a user, for instance, and then go on with my presentation. So normally you can just slide to the presentation, but since I'm showing you the tool, I have to just, exit the presentation mode a lot. And then Chrome Web Store, YouTube, and Reddit. So this is how the product hunt page looked like. So between, I actually don't know which day, it was like a couple days before New Year last year. And then about 300 people upvoted it, but the feedback was even more, valuable. And this is the extension I shipped on Product Hunt. There was just presentation mode, which just went full screen and turned slide headers into slide titles. And then there was one mode I also added that is just full screen mode without slide titles. Yeah. And that was it. And people liked it because it's a tiny little tool. And how the impact of Product Hunt was, then people shared that they found presentation mode for Notion on Product Hunt. And they shared it in the Notion community. And I got feedback there and a very good backlink again. Yeah. Before I launched on Product Hunt, I searched Reddit because especially for those kind of tiny tools, Reddit is a really, really valuable source for painful problems users of certain applications have or of certain communities have. And you see, in entrepreneurship theory, we always say your idea, it has to be like, ideally other people already tried this before, but there was something missing. Yeah, there has to be some competition. If you think you're the only one with the idea, it's probably either you're a genius or you have a really bad idea. So I saw there are people asking for, can you use Notion as pitch decks? And they are, having really cool discussions about it. There were a lot of things about Notion to PowerPoint. There was one tool called Snack This that turned Notion pages into PDFs or also web presentations, but therefore you had to publish your Notion page and copy and paste the URL. And based on that, it made a presentation, for instance. And that's also, I thought, yeah, people kind of liked it. Seems people using it, but I need a more private solution. I don't want to publish my URLs, and it doesn't give me that feature. So that was my validation of that I can, like, there is some demand, there is some need, so it makes sense. I'm not the only one with the problem. Yeah, so I use the Notion Marketplace as a basically a lead magnet, let's say. And yeah, all these Reddit discussions and Product Hunt backlinks and so on, and then the reviews there, they kind of implemented also a position. It's not the third app that comes up when you search for Notion, but it's like one of the first 10 or 15, depends on the day. Yeah. And so sometimes people are looking for other Notion extensions, and then they see this, for instance, and they just download it. Not all of them pay, of course. Yeah. So there's also a huge churn. So there is one guy. The last review actually is just 1 star and paywalled. Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. As a solopreneur building those tiny tools, you can't, create a sticky business or even some like sustainable business with a lot of free users. They don't bring you anything, like when you have to talk it like honestly out. So that's why this is pretty okay. And my recommendation would be, when you build something like this, even if your users have to pay like $5.99, $4.99 per year, yeah, it's still better, because then you have a user who sees value in your product. That's a validation. And their feedback are really, really important, and their feature requests you can turn into real features. But on the other hand, when you have a lot of free users, they're gonna write you, they're gonna ask for features they like others don't need, and they give you like bad reviews. So users who are not my customers leave bad reviews basically because it's paid. But users who pay actually a lot of money for such a tiny tool, so it's $5.99 currently per month. For such a tool, it's not a cheap price, to be honest. Yeah, but the feedback of those users are really valuable. They use it on a daily basis, so I make the product for them. That's also something, some YouTube comment under my demo video, because yeah, I didn't mention it's paid. I thought, why should I? And also the pricing is changing, right? I'm experimenting a lot with the price. When I launched on Product Hunt, it was $9.99 per year. I thought when the day before I launched on Product Hunt, I thought, yeah, when I get like 100 upvotes, when 50 of them, buy, I'm gonna like have a good weekend. Yeah. Didn't turn out like this. I had just a few paying users who paid $9.99. And then after I saw the first $9.99 paying users, I just changed the price to $29.99. And then another person bought. So I ended up with, I think when you pay annually now, it's $3.99 per month. And yeah, it's okay. A lot of developers, they are afraid of having no freemium version because like the internet has to be free. But since AI is there, the internet is not free at all. The great thing is having so simple and tiny tools I'm building this is also that I have a really, really fast feedback loop. Yeah, when I'm getting feedback from users who actually pay for this tool, I can just copy and paste the feature request into Gemini, and it creates the feature. Yeah. So the feedback loop is something I never like. I built apps with freelance developers years ago, and that was really, really a pain, to be honest, having this feedback loop. But yeah, now it's really fast. So this guy said, "Smart idea. Congrats on launching this. Any plans to add transition effects?" Yeah, you are seeing currently the transition effect.
Do you have a minute?
Yeah.
You have a minute left.
I have a minute left. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So then there was a request to also turn heading 2s and heading 3s into slide titles. So I made this optional feature. She said she needs more space to the top, and I added a header padding and a zoom level as a feature. There was a PDF export request. I added a PDF export, or Gemini added it. I actually showed this to the Notion co-founder. He also liked it. I actually don't know if it was a good idea because they maybe can copy the feature, but he liked it, to be honest. And yeah, so why I'm building this? I'm building this because I had the problem. I solved the problem. I solved my own problem, and I think as a solopreneur, the why is I need to be very efficient and productive when I want to do a lot of things at the same time. So I want to do as much as possible in Notion. It's also better for my mental health having these lean slides, and yeah, I can adapt new presentations really fast. And also, I realized there is actually a concept about this called lean presentations, and yeah, that's why I built it. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. The main thing I want you to take away from this is don't fucking overcomplicate things. Yeah, in Gemini, Chrome extension, Stripe. Christina and I, we have always a joke like Stripe on subscribe. Yeah, internally, but okay, we are marketers as well. You have maybe one question because we're all sitting for quite a while. Go for it. Berkant. Berkant, but I also
Berkant, yeah.
Yeah, I
can
posted
put
it in the
into
WhatsApp group. His WhatsApp link isn't there. His Chrome extension is in there. Yeah. There's his LinkedIn, and this is the Chrome extension. Berkant, this was amazing. Yeah, I thank you so much. Yeah, for
thank
sharing
you
that.
for having me.
Because so many people think like, okay, we're shaking our hands. Yeah, the people a bit deeper in the vibe coding game. Everyone else is, what the fuck were the two guys before talking about? I'm serious. Yeah, like same for my talk. Yeah, same stuff. Like it's there's such a skill gap here that we try to close over time. So let me finish up. There are a couple of things that can help you close that skill gap. If you're on pirateskills.com, you go here to Builder Codex. There is a complete free step-by-step vibe coding guide, literally starting with how to set up on your machine. Everything is explained for non-techies, and you copy paste that into Cursor. Yeah, that's the level we tried. It's not uncomplicated. Yeah, it's still like who was here in the Builder Forge like once or twice. It's fucking complicated, isn't it, Alfred? And it goes deeper and deeper and deeper, that rabbit hole, until you start surfacing a little bit. And you check this out. What Berkant said is first-time coders, developers focus on building, second time on growing. We got the same thing, complete free resource called the Growth Codex, taking you from making a clear growth roadmap to your organic content marketing game, building a funnel, all already in the vibe marketing mindset with prompts that help you generate your story, generate your ideas for your content, generate your emails for your newsletters, and so on. All of this is already completely freely available. Just start with level 1.1, yeah, and see where it takes you for one of your ideas. Then, if you go here to events, we always every week, yeah, have a cool event. This is the only one that is offline, yeah, and the hackathon we do quarterly. But every month you can also join online. Let me just see how the session looks. Yeah, it's okay, it's readable. Next Wednesday, there is Meet Jarvis, my project manager. Yeah, and I have the craziest linear setup for my project management that I'm going to share here. And you can, this is going to be a Zoom session. Yeah, whenever it says lab, like growth lab, build a lab, it's online. Yeah, then the Growth Forge, which is how we monetize this community for full transparency. This launches in 13 days and is just taking you through the Growth Codex step by step, hands-on with my guidance. Yeah. If you're interested in joining that, there is always a discount code for people who have been here that goes like this, like vibe coding 250. Yeah, then you get a discount code. But I know not everyone has the dough for this. So we always have a scholarship program. So if you are feeling you have a hard time, you know somebody who really deserves it, a student working in an NGO, just click on here on the apply for scholarship, tell us your name and why, and Christina will get in touch with you, ask 1 or 2 follow-up questions so we don't get fucked. And then you can join for as little as you want. You just get a pay what you want link and you can pay $1. Yeah, so that's the Growth Forge. Last thing, with Startplatz, we are organizing once a quarter a hackathon. Yeah, this is where who was there at the crazy hackathon? Like, geez, that was a wild weekend, wasn't it, Simona?
It was fun.
It was so fun. We just sit here in these rooms and upstairs and just 48 hours grind. Take your idea, follow someone else's idea, come here just to dive deep into this whole vibe coding process, and you will be at a different level. Yeah, we will have workshops at that. It's also super cheap. Like Startplatz is providing the whole location, getting food for breakfast and lunch. Here's the agenda. Yeah, we start on Friday afternoon, we end on Sunday afternoon. Yeah, essentially. And it's all here where you already are. It's $90, except you use the discount code VIBE30. Then it's $60. And same goes for for people like students and NGOs. Just get in touch. We'll get you a full discount. All right. Awesome. Any questions? Any last things we want to discuss that you want to pitch or share or show for tonight? Otherwise, I want to have another rum. Go for it.
Like I just heard from a friend and stumbled across it some days ago, this OpenClaw or whatever the name is.
Yep.
Thing where you're like,
Okay, I was so curious when you said everyone knows it. Who knows what OpenClaw is? Yeah, okay. There's lots of people who have never heard it. It's one of the first AI agents that do shit for you. Yeah. The name changed 2 times. Yeah, it started as Claude Bot, went into Mold Bot, with Mold Book being the social media phenomenon over the last days. And then they renamed themselves to OpenClaw because Anthropic said, knock, knock, this is going to be a security disaster. We do not want to be associated. Yeah, and now it turned out in this full-fledged security disaster, but one of the most powerful tools that you can build for you, that you can use for yourself. So if you want to jump into the deep end, there you go. But remember, this thing has full system access. Good luck. Have fun.
Macron is this Friday here at Startplatz giving a session in the Docker container how to do this safely.
Ah, yeah. Where? Which event?
Here in Startplatz, it's over the day, starting at 10 and in the evening, early before Friday starts.
If you have a link, can you?
It's on Startplatz.
Okay.
Startplatz event page.
Yep. That sounds very cool because we have to find ways how to use crazy tools like this safely. All right, thanks. I'll put it in the group. Yep.
Yeah, I just posted this. So I'm relatively deep into this since this weekend. So I'm interested in discussing. Maybe let's meet here at this.
All right. Any last questions? You can ask really fun stuff to the community and you get answers from them. Like it's not just to me. Like the how much money do you spend a month is always a fun one. Go for it.
Beginning you mentioned anonymous.
Yeah.
Where do I find something about that? You didn't mention that.
Yeah. Cloud Code, Anonymous. The most Cologne. They are organizing through Luma, my, I think, new favorite event platform, replacing Eventbrite. And you apply. Yeah, it's similar to AI Tinkerers. Target group definitely developers. Yeah. You have one more question. There you go. If anyone wants to join on the WhatsApp hype train, just scan the QR code. Christina set up some codes here on the wall as well. If you want to join later, we'd love to have you on board. I think let's see if we hit the 600. That would be really nice. Let's see. How far are we in this madness? Is it 610? Fuck. 606 I have. Oh, fine. Yeah. Guys, that was a pleasure. Thank you very much. Have a rum with me. Bye-bye.